Episode 4 of Season 2 of SAP Concepts. Production Planning, the module that turns raw materials into finished goods, where Episode 2 cashes in. Four lenses on production planning. Bills of materials and routings, work centers, the MRP run, and the production order. And every materials management movement type from Episode 2 finally gets attached to a production order. Production planning takes demand and converts it into manufacturing activity. 5 questions, in order. What do we have to make? Demand comes from sales orders, planned independent requirements, and safety stock. What does each item need? Components, subassemblies, packaging, the bill of materials. How do we make it? The routing, the sequence of operations on which work centers. When and where to run each step, and what each unit actually cost. Variance settles to finance and controlling. A bill of materials is the recipe. For every finished or semi-finished material, the components needed to make one unit. Header data covers the parent material, BOM type, and validity dates. Item data covers the components, quantities, and item categories. Item categories matter. L for stock items, N for non-stock, R for variable size, D for documents like drawings. In SAP S/4, the consolidated app is Manage Bill of Materials. Same data model as ECC's CS01 transaction underneath. And MRP explodes the bill of materials multi-level, plans the parent, plans each subassembly's components all the way down. The bill of materials is the recipe, the routing is the cooking instructions. Each operation specifies a work center, a setup time, a processing time, and the components consumed at that step. The work center is where work happens. A machine, a production line, a workstation. Each work center has a capacity calendar, how many hours per day, with which efficiency. And activity rate set by controlling setup, machine, labor, each priced separately, posting to a cost center. This is one joint where production planning meets controlling. Activity rates flow into operations, variances flow back at order close. The MRP run is where production planning plans. We met MRP briefly in Episode 2. Take demand from sales orders, forecasts, and safety stock, and walk it backward against supply. For every shortfall, propose a procurement element, a planned order if the material is made in-house. A purchase requisition if it's bought. The PR goes back to materials management, becomes a PO, and comes in as a goods receipt. And in SAP S/4, MRP Live runs in HANA. A single material reruns in seconds. No more overnight batch. A planned order is a proposal. Releasing it creates a production order, the hard commitment. The order carries the material, the quantity, the bill of materials reservations, the routed operations, and a planned cost. Planned cost equals components at standard plus operations at the work center activity rate. Once released, materials are reserved, operations on the dispatch list, capacity locked. The order is real. Episode 2 cashes in. Production planning doesn't invent its own inventory vocabulary. Movement Type 261 is the component goods issue. Each bill of materials item is consumed by an operation. Inventory goes down, work in process goes up on the order. Movement Type 101 is the finished goods receipt. Same code as a purchase order receipt, with the production order as the reference. For process industries like pharma, chemicals, and food, the receipt is 131 against a process order. And at order close, settlement. Variance moves to finance and controlling. Production order settlement is a canonical end-of-period task. The Fiori app is Manage Production Orders, the production cousin of Manage Sales Orders. Filter by plant, by type, by status, by priority. Click an order. Header, components, operations, costs, document flow. From an operation, drill to the work center. From a work center to the cost center. From cost to the variance breakdown. CO01, CO02, CO03, gone as separate transactions. In Fiori, the order, operations, and cost are linked. Shop floor users get the production operator dashboard, what's queued at my work center, with one-tap confirmation. Production planning supports 3 flavors of manufacturing. Discrete units made one at a time, each tied to a production order. Cars, computers, large machinery. Repetitive, high-volume continuous flow, planned by period rather than by order. Consumer electronics, packaged food. Process, batch-driven, recipe-driven, with master batch records. Pharma, chemicals, beverages. Same MRP, same bills of materials, same routings, same financing controlling settlement. The shop floor pattern is what differs. 6 pieces sitting at the edge of intro and advanced. Long-term planning. Running MRP against a forecast scenario for capacity stress testing. Capacity planning and leveling, adjusting the schedule when work centers are overcommitted. Variant configuration in production planning, for configurable products with order-specific bills of materials. Process industry detail, subcontracting, and shop floor system integration. The SAP Help Portal documents each properly. Production planning, in 5 lenses. Bills of materials plus routings, the recipe and the cooking instructions paired together. Work centers, capacity calendar plus activity rates from controlling, where production planning and controlling meet. The MRP run, demand minus supply, walk forward, propose orders. MRP live in SAPS/4. The production order: planned, released, in process, completed, settled. The hard commitment. And movements plus settlement. Episode 2's vocabulary, used in full sentences. Variance to finance and controlling at close. That's Module 4. The operational triangle is complete. Materials management, sales and distribution, and now production planning. Next week, the season finale. Controlling the management lens, cost centers, profit centers, internal orders, and COPA.